Once again, Tomb Raider falls victim to modern day gaming censorship. This time with, I know it really hurts me to say this, but with the remasters. They snuck something in to the second patch and censored a part of the game. So let me go ahead and dive into this now. This was all exciting when this dropped at first. Ooh, look, a new patch. We've got the leopard skin outfit from Nightmare in Vegas. How exciting, right? Well, unfortunately, it looks like they've done a lot more than that. We have here, Manga Lawyer tweeted this, where this was the original with the posters in the background. These were from marketing materials. Now, originally, Core Design didn't like such marketing materials. I wouldn't say this was a problem, but this one. So I guess that later must have changed a little bit for them to have added this to the game. And now they have been removed. Now, I originally, and I apologized to him for this later, I originally thought that these weren't, I didn't recognize these in the originals. So I was like, hey, if they just made it more like the original, that's fine. I don't see a problem with it. Here's the thing is I'm so used to Crystal Dynamics trying to sabotage these remasters that it's just my knee-jerk reaction is, hey, wait a minute. Let's look into this more, because Crystal Dynamics doesn't want these remasters to sell well. And that's why I'm really struggling with messaging on this, because these remasters and anything classic related, if that outperforms anything Crystal Dynamics makes with the reboots and the new stuff, then that is bad for Crystal Dynamics, and Crystal Dynamics could be shut down as a result. But unfortunately, now we're in this pickle of a situation. So anyway, here, let me show you the original. I said, so, okay, I was wrong. The posters were in the originals and I didn't notice because of the textures. Here they were. You just couldn't really tell what they were, but they hired fans on this project. The fans, they could look at those textures and say, hey, now if I were to really pay attention, yeah, I can tell these renders, because I remember these renders from back in the day. But just playing the game, I guess it's different when you're running around and not noticing every little texture. But yeah, so I said, well, that does indeed suck that they were removed then. And I said, my apologies to everyone I was arguing with about it when I misunderstood the situation. It looks like this was also brought up on Reddit. And yeah, people are saying, yep, they were definitely there. They were definitely there. So this is a really unfortunate situation. And the more that I dug into this and talked to some people I trust, I'm definitely under the impression, it definitely appears that these being removed was at the request of Crystal Dynamics. I just don't say, Aspire hired classic fans on the game, and that's why we have such an accurate Lara Croft here. The remade version, for the updated graphics, she still has the same proportions, the same appearance. I mean, as you can even see here, I mean, she just has improved graphics, but looks the same, retains, look at her even compared to these renders. That was the inspiration, was to make as accurate of a Lara Croft as possible, even with the outfits. Notice how they didn't zip up her thing more. They made everything very accurate to how she originally was. So it would boggle my mind that anybody who was on the team, who was a fan, to say, hey, let's take these posters down. I am definitely under the impression that that was a Crystal Dynamics decision. And as we've seen with Crystal Dynamics already, they have, oh goodness, not to mention the disclaimer, which they added at the beginning. And I know that did deter a lot of people from even buying the game. Granted, the remaster collection is still doing well and it's a success so far. But a lot of people were deterred from buying it because Crystal Dynamics did put in a disclaimer saying how, oh, we don't approve of what was in this. This is offensive, so on and so forth, but we're keeping it intact so you can just see how terrible it is. Again, I'm under the impression that Crystal Dynamics tried to sabotage them. They didn't make these. These were outsourced. So for that reason, it's like, hey, Crystal Dynamics, it's not in their best interest for these to sell well. So it's just very disappointing in this kind of situation where they did listen to Crystal Dynamics and remove those. These are marketed. Also, this is also a problem, like almost a legal problem, you could say, because this game was changed, a game that people bought and purchased as is, and that is marketed as being accurate, and they changed what people already bought. That's a big problem. I don't like that kind of stuff. It's one thing to, okay, we're going to fix performance issues or so on and so forth. But the fact that, and that's what sucks about these being digital only right now, they can change anything. I mean, 10 years from now, they could have a patch for it and change everything about it. We could be getting more patches along the line that slowly remove and slowly change these things and try to be sneaky. So this is a huge problem. And in terms of where my stance is on this and telling people whether they should be buying these games or not, I don't even know what to say anymore, because I am totally against the fact that this is censored like this. But I also understand that the majority of the game, apart from like these textures and on the back of the bomber jacket of Pierre, are very extremely accurate to the original source. I mean, this is a passion project made by fans, and it really does the games justice. I mean, I've been streaming them. It really does the games justice, and I can't stress enough how incredible that these remasters have been. So it sucks. It's a sucky situation, and knowing that Crystal Dynamics it's not in their best interest for these to sell well. So I'm confused. I want to support this so bad, but then I'm also like, well, this sucks that they did this. But it's just the situation we're in. Crystal Dynamics or Tomb Raider it's not in good hands with Crystal Dynamics. And I've made many videos talking about Crystal Dynamics' vision. We even had with that tabletop RPG recently how Lara Croft's no longer a Tomb Raider. She's now a protector of artifacts, a seeker of truth. They've completely hijacked the character of Lara Croft, made her completely unrecognizable. We were told with the rebooted games, oh, this is just her origin story. She's going to become the Tomb Raider. Well, then here comes the last game in the trilogy. And, oh, by the way, guys, what does becoming the Tomb Raider mean? That means becoming a protector of artifacts. Verbatim, one of the devs said that. That is, let me see if I can even pull that up. Protector of artifacts. I need to have record of this before they try to scrub it. Okay, I'll do more research and find it. But like, I heard it from the developer's mouth when I was freaking at the PR event for Shadow of the Tomb Raider. And I remember at that time, I just felt my heart sink because I was like, wait a minute. Is she really not going to become the actual Tomb Raider? You know, a Tomb Raider is it's a Tomb Raider. And there's all this discourse about this on social media. I mean, there's some people who actually, I swear, there are people who simp so hard for Crystal Dynamics that anything they do, any change they make to Lara Croft, any change they make to Tomb Raider, they'll excuse it. Oh, well, it makes sense. We want Lara Croft to be respectful of other cultures anyway. Excuse me? Lara Croft wasn't created to be a hero or a good character. She was supposed to be more of the anti-hero types. So she actually, I mean, she'd go in and get the artifact she wanted out of pure selfishness. Sometimes it saved the world and it just collided with her interests. But ultimately, she was going to get what she wanted and she was going to take out anybody who got in her way. She wasn't like, let me go on a mission to save the world. That wasn't classic Lara Croft. She was fueled by her own selfish ambition and the adrenaline rush of it all. And so she would go in there, get her artifact, destroy the tombs. She didn't care. She wasn't, she was very educated on these cultures and stuff, but was she all about, I must respect these cultures. I can't take this artifact. It's theirs. It belongs to them. No, that wasn't her. And that's one reason why people loved her so much, because she was unconventional. And that's what's funny, is that back then she was like an old school feminist icon in a way. And I'm not even a feminist, but I'm just saying this is how weird society has gotten, because the people who want to claim they're feminists now don't like classic Lara Croft, even though back in the day the feminists loved her. And the reason why was that she wasn't put in a box. She didn't fit the conventional standard of what was put on women, because societally, and not that I think there's anything wrong with the conventional standard, but I'm just saying, she broke the mold. She did whatever she wanted. She was beautiful while she did it too. So yeah, she had that feminine allure and all of that. So she very much was a woman, which to me is more empowering for women than a woman who looks like a dude. So yeah, she very much was very womanly, but she wasn't confined to societal expectations. She was disowned by her parents, which that was changed in canon, because of course the Hollywoodized her story and all that, but she was disowned by her parents for not marrying, for not moving forward with an arranged marriage, because she chose that life of adventure instead. So here is this beautiful, stunning woman, aristocratic woman, who has these standards put on her that she is supposed to meet up to, and instead she does whatever the heck she wants. She's rambunctious, she's chaotic, she's a thief, she destroys everything in her path. Especially if you play Tomb Raider 2, you can really see this. It's just like anywhere she goes is pure and utter chaos that she creates. She is a troublemaker, and that's what made her so great. And so by these modern day feminists and male feminist and woke ideology, this is why they're so brain dead. They are taking this character who represented somebody, a woman who broke the mold, and they're putting her back in the mold. Wait, you have to be nice. You have to be a goody two-shoes. You have to respect these cultures. You have to do this and that. And yeah, she's a fictional character, okay? And here you are forcing her into a box. Oh, and you can't be too sexy. And mind you, she wasn't even one that leaned into that. She looked gorgeous and curvy and all that, but she wasn't a tryhard with it. That was just her. Like, yeah, she looked good, but there was so much more to her than that. That wasn't her whole personality being hot. So anyway, there you have it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. For next week, I am working on Go Boom Live, a live show streamed on Wednesday nights. That's what my goal is right now. So I hope to see you guys there. And if you'd like me to read the Bible to you, you can check out my Bible channel, Bible Time with Melanie Mack. Thank you all again. I'll catch you next time. And in the meantime, go boom.